So there's a quote, guys, and this is one of the books that I talked about in the course. It was one of the first books I recommended you guys read. Good book, right? Really insightful, has some cool principles. There's one quote I want to read for you guys that will really help solidify this. Only when the front of your body is relaxed and open, your breath full and deep, and your gaze unguarded and directly connected with another person's eyes, can your fullest intelligence manifest spontaneously in the situation. To act as a superior man, a samurai of relationship, you must feel the entire situation with your whole body. A closed body is unable to sense subtle cues and signals, and therefore unable to act with mastery in the situation. Does that make sense? So on that point, right? Playing to win, yes, is mental. What you guys might not realize is that a lot of it is what's happening in here, in the body. So the quickest way that you know that you're playing not to lose is what's happening with your body. Is your body closed? Are your hands in your pockets? Are you turned away? Are you shrunken? Is your kind of like posture shitty like this? Or are you open, right? Are you open? And there was 4 specific energies I'm going to touch on now in the body that when you can unlock these energies and you can remove what's holding you back around really being embodied in these places and you really integrate them, you can play to win. It just comes naturally. So a lot of the work that I did this past year is actually connecting with these 4 energies at a very deep level, each one at a time. So the first is your heart. Okay, your heart. And your heart, it's not just your actual physical heart, it's this energy of warmth, of compassion, of love, of generosity, of gratitude. It's up here, and you'll feel it, right? So if you have a very closed heart, what's going to happen is in interactions, approaches, dates, relationships with women, you won't connect. You just won't connect. And it depends, right? Some guys are connected with the other energies I'm going to talk about. Some guys are just fully disconnected and they're just in their head. And when you're in your head, you have no connection. And when you have no connection, what happens is that women just say, get the fuck away from me, right? Because you're not even being a human. You're so disconnected from yourself that you just come off as a robot. But the heart and connecting with the heart allows you to like really get these deep connections with women. And this is not about what you say. This is a pre-verbal thing that's happening. And not just with women, by the way. This is with everyone, with your clients, with your customers, with people, patients that you work with. The heart allows you to really love. And if you can't love, you can't feel happiness. Because happiness comes from loving other people. The second energy is your gut. And this is the one that I actually struggled a ton with my whole life. The gut is where your self-esteem is. This is where your personal power is. This is where your sense of worthiness is. And if you have a closed gut, what do you guys think will happen? Does anybody have an idea? If you have a bunch of deep shit going on in here and shame and unworthiness and guilt, what do you guys think happens if that's what's happening in here?
Lose self-esteem, beat yourself up.
Super low self-esteem, constant self-sabotage, constantly settling, just naturally playing small and playing safe, right? Because you just don't feel like you deserve the things that you want. Not trusting yourself, that's a big one, because your intuition is in your gut. That's why it's called the gut brain, right? It's your second brain. As you get lower, you have your dick. Now your dick is your sexual energy. This is your ability to penetrate the world. Not just women, but like literally everything. So if you guys have ever seen someone maybe in business who just is like so dominant, so assertive, just going for what they want, maybe you guys have had that experience, it's because you are connected with this creative energy. It's the same energy that allows you to give birth to children, same energy that allows you to give birth to business ideas and to opportunities. And if you're energetically impotent in your dick, right? If you just have a bunch of shame and guilt and you just have no power. And women can feel that, right? That can manifest as low testosterone. That can manifest as you just kind of being a little bit limp and flaccid in the way that you move, the way that you communicate. Like women could feel when a guy doesn't have like this vital sexual energy. It ends up you just being friend zoned. That's what happens. That's the most common sign of not being connected to this, is the friend zone. Now, the final energy is your leg energy, right? Your leg energy allows you to be grounded. It allows you to be safe. It allows you to feel really solid under pressure. So if you've ever had something happen to you with a girl where you're getting tested or you're getting challenged and she's throwing a bunch of shit at you and you're just like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, blah, 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 right? Like you're going into this reactive, needy mode. It's because you're not centered in yourself. You're not connected with the ground. In connecting with your legs and like really opening up that energy, it allows you to feel really calm no matter where you're at. Like you could be in a loud nightclub and you could see a beautiful girl, you could look at her and you can just enjoy her, you could flirt with her and it just like not be fazed by all the stimuli around you because you're so grounded. So that's another thing I want you guys to think about and maybe journal on this weekend is, where do you feel you're blocked? Which of these energies are more open? Which are more closed? Because this is directly going to relate to you not playing as big as you could, right? It's not always about, you said behavior habits, like for sure, but a lot of the time the behavior habits have underlying emotions that are linked to them. Once you clear the emotion out, the behavior kind of just shifts on its own. So, thank you guys. Let's have an amazing weekend. And I want to see all of you guys play as big as possible.